Welcome to this special report from PNN on the road to the White House. Ted Cruz was in Spartanburg Friday, and we will bring you some highlights from that event as correspondent and host of the Dimsdale debate. Tommy Dimsdale was on the scene.
Hey everybody, this is Tommy Dimsdale from the Premium News Network and the Dimsdale Debate. Very proud to be partnered with them. We are here at the Beacon to see Ted Cruz. I think it's really awesome that we get to see Ted Cruz just 10 days after he's announced his candidacy, which is cool. He checks that off, and then you got to visit Spartanburg next. Got to go to the Beacon right after you announce for the presidency. And of course, it's the Beacon before they go to Greenville. That's how we roll. Sorry, Kerry. We're going to go in and see what's going on. See ya.
God bless the great state of South Carolina. I spent most of last week in Washington, D.C. And it is great to be back in America. In the 30-minute announcement address, I said the words, President Obama, once. You know what? We recognize what's not going right. Everybody knows what's not working. What I wanted to talk about is how we can do better. I wanted to talk about how the country can turn around and improve the direction we're going. That's what I want to talk to you about tonight as well. The promise of America is there has been no country in the history of the world that has enabled so many millions of people to come from nothing and achieve anything. We need to move to a simple flat tax. Where every American can fill out his or her taxes on a postcard. And when we do that, we need to abolish the IRS. Stopping the crushing regulators from the EPA, from OSHA, all the alphabet soup of Washington that are making it harder and harder for small businesses to create jobs. And the simplest and most important regulatory reform, we need to repeal every word of Obamacare. Yeah. We were founded by men and women fleeing oppression and coming to a land where every one of us could seek out the Lord God Almighty with all of our heart, mind, and soul, free of the government getting in the way. We need to defend the 10th Amendment. Yes. Or as President Obama calls it, the what? The fundamental protection that says the powers not given to the federal government are reserved to the states and to the people. Yes. Imagine America standing unapologetically alongside the nation of Israel. I'm happy to answer or dodge any question you like.
Military veteran Randall Tate was in the audience and made quite the impression on the crowd.
What is one of the things that we can do to restore our prowess, our respect around the world? I'm a Gulf War veteran. Yeah. I served in Desert Storm with the 1st Marine. I see another Marine over here. It's heartening when you look at the military and see what he has done to cripple our military and downsizing. We was downsized once before I was in the military by Bill Clinton. Yep. I've seen a lot of good Marines that couldn't get promoted, got out. I see a lot of people right now that can't get what they need to be in the service. We have 40 million Americans on welfare. I mean, there's so many things this administration is doing wrong. And for the life of me, when you start talking about the establishment in D.C., when you got Mitch McConnell, John Boehner, those are the two worst I'm just saying this right here. I'm proud of this country. I was born and raised here. Wouldn't have to talk to be born and raised nowhere else. But we need a president that means what he say and say what he means. We don't need a president that is going against the establishment to say, oh, I'm going to do it by executive order.
Right.
We need a constitutional president.
Yes.
We need someone that we can hold our head up in as Americans and be proud of. Amen. And I want to thank you for being the first one to step up to the mic. And I've heard all the negative what the pundits have said that you can't win. They want to put Jeb Bush in the front, but if we get another Bush, I believe I jump off the top of the B&B deal. But that being said, we need someone that don't care what they say about you as long as you're doing the right thing and do what the people say, because we are the people. And I just want to thank you, sir. I've been watching you. I brought my dog along with me today. But I just want to thank you for standing up and having enough backbone to do what you say and say what you do. Yeah.
Well, sir, thank you for your very kind comments. Thank you for your service to our nation. I met your daughter Miriam a few minutes ago. I'll tell you, Miriam, I know you're proud of your dad. I'll tell you, everyone else here, we're proud of your dad as well. And sir, you are exactly right that we have got to stand by the men and women of our military and by our veterans. What we have done to the military in the last 6 years has been unconscionable. And we've got to get back to a commander-in-chief that sees with clarity the need to protect the United States of America.
All right, we're here with Randall Tate, and we've had a heck of an event. What do you think of Ted Cruz? I noticed that you put up quite a speech in there, and everybody really liked it.
I like Ted Cruz. Like I said, I followed him on the news. I heard him announce his candidacy for president. I listened to what his principles, what he stood for, what he wanted to do for the country, and I agree 100%. So we need to build our military back up. We need to get the Constitution back, family, Christian values, pro-life instead of pro-choice. All those things are what we need in America. We need a president that can give America its moxie back, something we can be proud of to hold our head up again. We are laughing stock in America, in the world right now.
And as a veteran, that's really important to you.
As a veteran, I see how veterans come on, how we've been treated in the last 6 months under those presidents. The veteran administration that just went all the way down here. They denied service, denied medical care to veterans, giving veterans a 1% raise. I don't understand that at all.
We're giving all these benefits to people who come in illegally, and our veterans are going without proper treatment.
Anytime you're illegal, you can file taxes to get $34,000 back.
Something wrong with that.
There's definitely something wrong. I can't even get $34. I mean, it's disheartening and it's sad. But like I said, illegals they get all the social programs. They get anything they need. America's government is giving it to them. But as a citizen of America, it's just not. It's disheartening. We got 40 more million people on welfare. And what the government is doing is trying to but what they have done is to make folks dependent on the Democrat Party. That way, when they start talking Republican or conservative, the first thing they say is they're trying to take your stuff away from you. So that's the vision that they're drawing. Right, that's the rhetoric.
Absolutely. Hey, Randall, thank you so much for did you think that maybe a overcrowded conservative field within the GOP elections might hand the election off to a moderate, or is that something that concerns you?
You know, I welcome all the folks that are looking at the race. There are a lot of good people in this race, a lot of good people looking at it. There are people who are friends of mine who I like and respect. You know, I'll tell you why it is that I made the decision to enter. For the last 6-9 months, my wife Heidi and I, we've been thinking about it, we've been praying about it. And it's really two issues that led us to decide to go forward. Number one, if you think of the dozen biggest fights of the last couple of years, whether it's standing up stopping Obamacare, whether it's standing up to stop the debt and debt ceiling that's bankrupting our kids and grandkids, whether it's standing up to stop President Obama's unconstitutional executive amnesty, or whether it's defending the First Amendment, our free speech, our religious liberty, defending the Second Amendment, defending our privacy, standing up for life and marriage, standing up to stop Common Core, or whether it's standing up to strengthen our friendship with the nation of Israel, or standing up to stop Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. As you look at the field, as you look at the senators and governors who are thinking of doing this, there are a lot of very good people potentially in the race. But if you ask yourself, of all those issues, how many of them have they stood up and led on? One of the reasons we decided to enter this race is what I've tried to do in my time in public service, is stand up and lead on the great challenges of the day, fight for conservative principles, and I'm running on a proven conservative record of standing and leading over and over again. The second reason Heidi and I decided to run is people all across this country understand we have got to win this next election. I don't think we've reached the point of no return yet, but we're close.
Right.
We're very close. And if we're going to win, the biggest difference between 2004, the last race Republicans won, and 2008 and 12, is the millions of conservatives that showed up in 04, who stayed home in 08 and stayed home in even bigger numbers in 2012. They fall primarily into two groups: evangelical Christians and Reagan Democrats, working class Catholics up and down the Midwest. The central question, if Republicans are going to win, is how do we bring those millions of conservatives back to the polls? And as I look at the field, I like and respect everyone who's thinking of running. But I think I have the best chances, I'm in the best positions to be able to energize and mobilize those millions of conservatives, and that's the only way we win and beat Hillary Clinton in 2016.
All right, so that was Ted Cruz at the Beacon. Guys, we were really excited we got to do this. Y'all, leave us some comments. Tell us what you think of Ted Cruz, his stances, and whether or not you're going to vote for him in 2016. This is Tommy Dimsdale with the Premium News Network.